Let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Shaun Gordon.
Thanks, Jerem. One big difference for BYU between their 2 wins and last night's loss was their hitting percentage. Against Hawaii last week, BYU hit .365 as a team compared to just .203 last night. I had a chance to talk to Coach McGowan a little bit ago about that difference, and he said the combination of Taylor Sander and Ben Patch accounted for a large part of those hitting problems. So he says if Sander can just play like he normally does, and if Patch could play with more consistency, then BYU will see that hitting percentage climb right back up to where they want it to be tonight. You talked earlier about Penn State's 14 consecutive Big Ten championships. To put that in a little perspective, this is only the 18th season of BYU women's soccer, period. And I had a chance earlier to talk to Penn State head coach Erica Walsh. She said they take things a year at a time, just like everybody else, but then she added it is nice to be a part of something great. They have swept 7 consecutive matches and won 24 straight sets, but that is not a BYU record. That distinction belongs to the 1981 team, who won swept 11 consecutive matches on their way to winning 34 straight sets. That team went on to win 32 games and make the NCAA tournament. So this team has a ways to go to reach the record books, and they're going to have to finish strong this season to have the same success that team had as well. On February 1st against Long Beach State, he went down with an ankle sprain, and he missed the next 3 games, but he's been back for the last 3, and he's been hitting at an incredible rate. In those games, he's hitting .532 with 28 kills to just 3 errors, which has moved him into 2nd in the MPSF in hitting percentage. And I had a chance to talk yesterday with Ryan Boyce about Levaya and how he's played since he came back from injury.
He gets in the court, he shows passion, he's fiery.
Tyler, how does it feel to be back here for the first time in a few years with fans enjoying some basketball?
Oh, it feels amazing. No, I really miss this atmosphere, and it's good to get back here and be with our guys, and these fans are the best, so it's been fun.
Now, personally, how has it been to be able to get off your mission, come back? What are some of the things you've had to work on to get back into basketball shape?
I just get my legs back, get my quickness back. I hit the weights really hard in the summer, but it feels like it's coming back finally.
You weren't here with the team last year, but you've got Stanford coming in, knocked the team out of the playoffs last year. What is the feeling in the locker room going into tomorrow night's game?
For me personally, it's big. I've watched Stanford play, and I know them, and they're our rival, and they're a good team. My best friend is the starting setter for that team, so there's probably going to be a lot of trash talking between me and him. So it's probably going to be hot and heavy, big competition tomorrow.
And after that, 8 of your last 12 on the road. What does it take to win on the road, especially in a tough MPSF?
Learning from last weekend, a loss against Pepperdine, I would majorly say discipline. Having the discipline to go out and to be mentally focused that we're going to beat this team on the road. A good team like Pepperdine is going to be tough to beat, and we have to be even more disciplined and more mentally focused.
Jacob, you're a torn man today. It's your school versus your sister. Who are you rooting for?
Oh, that's a tough one. You always got to root for family, but inside you always know I bleed blue.
Okay, very diplomatic answer, that's for sure. And you had a good start to the season last week in Cancun. What does that do to set the tone for the rest of the season?
It gets everybody off on the right foot. You kind of get over those first meet nerves and kind of get going with your season, and it was fun being in Cancun. It's a hard place to have a bad time.
Speaking of that halftime, it seemed like a completely different team from the first half to the second half. What changed?
We talked a lot about how we need to score goals. We need to get in. We need to finish the game. And I think that we did a really good job of coming in hard. We played hard. We got people in the box, and we played really well as a team.
So going into the second half, what does the team need to do to be able to get through that matchup zone?
I think we got to get the ball inside. I think we got to look for the mismatches and get it inside. And I got some ideas. I'll try to run some sets against it. But it was good. It's good for us. It's good for us to have this challenge. Dicty's playing hard.
And you've got a goal as a team to get a 195 total score. What do you need to work on and improve to be able to reach that goal?
Well, that's totally within our reach. This time we had to count a fall and beam, I think. And so that will help things dramatically. And so that's basically all we got to do. We got to hit our routines. Last week we were 23 for 24, so that was awesome. So we just need to continue that.
Morgan, first WCC game, first WCC win. How big is that to set the tone for the rest of the season?
It is very important to set the tone. We have a bullseye on our back being the new in this conference and taking it last year. So it's very important to start out with a good game.
Before we start the second half, let's check in with Shaun Gordon in an injury report.
Thanks. Earlier in the first half, you saw number 9, Brie Garcia of Penn State go out with an injury. I just talked to head coach Erica Walsh for Penn State. She did confirm that Garcia will be out for the rest of the game, although they're not sure yet the extent of the damage or the diagnosis. Thanks, Jeremy. You talked about Ben Patch and his time with the U.S. national team. In fact, he's played the last 2 years on 2 different levels of that team. In 2011, he played on the U.S. boys youth national team, and one of his assistant coaches, Lewis coach Dan Friend. So it's a matchup this weekend of coach versus player, and coach took last night, so it makes you wonder if Patch is trying to make sure that doesn't happen again tonight.
Behind us in the Smith Fieldhouse, number 16 BYU just finished up on the volleyball court. Shaun Gordon. Shaun?
That's right, it's all over as the BYU women's Spikers have taken down Portland in 3 sets. It is their 12th sweep of the year as they improve their record to 17-1 on the season. She'll be evaluated on a day-by-day and a game-by-game basis, hoping to be back as soon as possible. BYU is a completely different team without her. They are 6-0 when she plays, compared to just 3-4 when she doesn't. Now, they also give up just 46 points a game when she plays, and so the rest of the team will look to pick it up as they look to start West Coast Conference playoff on a good note. Robbie?